It's the truth, man, the future, you know.
Jessica, yeah, the private chef filing the police report a couple of weeks ago. Now, according to her, at him home. Diggs vehemently denying the claims. Court documents show it stemmed from an ongoing dispute about money owed to the chef for her culinary services. A text from the chef saying, "You will..." And Jessica, yeah, the private chef filing the police report a couple of weeks ago. Now, according to her, Diggs would only pay her if she signed a non-disclosure agreement, but at that time she didn't decide to do that. But Diggs, he denies all of this. Tonight, Patriots wide receiver Stefon Diggs on defense, charged with felony strangulation, accused of hitting and trying to choke his private chef in his Dedham home. Diggs vehemently denying the claims. Court documents show it stemmed from an ongoing dispute about money owed to the chef for her culinary services. A text from the chef saying, "You will be paying me out for the season and the money you said you would give me for my business. I'm out of your life." Diggs answering, quote, "I won't be paying you expletive. Expletive I look like. Paying you and another chef? Is you high?" After that, the chef says on December 2nd is when the argument escalated in person. She says Diggs slapped her across the face, strangled her, threw her on her bed, saying something to the effect of, "Thought so." She told police she had redness on her chest when it happened, but didn't take any photos of her injuries. Diggs tonight saying through his attorney the chef is motivated by money because she didn't get her way. He's categorically denying the allegations, saying, quote, "They are unsubstantiated, uncorroborated, and were never investigated because they did not occur." Director of the Sports and Entertainment Law Institute at UNH, Michael McCann.
Is there any other way of corroborating what happened? Did either Diggs or the accuser send messages to others that reflect on their recollection of the incident?
In court today, Diggs' attorney alluding to the possibility of a cash settlement.
If there's a non-disclosure agreement or an understanding that the person would not participate in a prosecution, that can make it a lot harder for prosecutors to justify prosecuting a matter.
So it would be a lot harder in that case as well, because if there's a non-disclosure agreement that's signed, then the accuser wouldn't necessarily be able to testify. Now, the charges in that case would likely be dropped. Now, Diggs, he is due in court next month. Live at Gillette Stadium tonight, I'm Peter Leopoulos.
I want to talk about this Stefon Diggs situation. It has not been a good week for the Diggs brothers. First, you had Stefon Diggs, the younger brother, getting released by the Dallas Cowboys. Boy been playing like shit all year, the last couple years, right? I believe he's rated like the worst cornerback in the league. The passer rating on this guy when they throw at him is like damn near perfect, right? So you had that news breaking. Then you had this news breaking about this situation with Stefon Diggs and his female live-in chef, right? This nigga got a live-in chef. He probably hitting that too. 4 bitches pregnant at the same time, including Cardi B. And this is who Cardi B left her husband for. At this point, this might be crazy, but it's looking like Stefon Diggs is worse than Offset. Yeah, I know. Sounds crazy. It's looking like Cardi B was in a better situation with cheating ass Offset than with Stefon Diggs. Offset wasn't out here with Cardi B and 3 bitches pregnant. At least when Offset got Cardi B pregnant, she was the only one pregnant, right? Offset wasn't out here having 4 babies at one time. And Offset wasn't out here choking out his damn chef, getting Cardi B caught up in the situation, right? Because Cardi B name came up in the situation. They're alleging that Cardi B was trying to get Stefon Diggs off the situation, right? Like trying to cover it up, calling the lady, telling her It ain't that serious. I know he done choked you, held you up against the wall. You can't breathe. The lady said she felt like she was gonna pass out, but it ain't that serious. From Miss I used to drug and rob men. And what they do for Cardi B after she said that? They give this lady Woman of the Year. Woman of the Year. Only women get to run around talking about they drug and rob people and they get Woman of the Year. Can you imagine if one of these rappers said, I used to drug and rob women? Do you believe that rapper would get Man of the Year? Do you believe he'll get that? But Cardi B got Woman of the Year after talking about she drugged and robbed men. So the whole story goes, right? This lady was a personal chef for Stefon Diggs. She was a live-in chef or whatever. She was working, doing her job like she was supposed to be doing, cooking for him. And this nigga was basically refusing to pay this lady. This is how the story starts. The story already starts from Stefon being a grimy ass nigga, allegedly, right? This whole situation is allegedly, but I believe there got to be some type of truth to this because criminal charges was filed against Stefon Diggs, right? He got arrested, right? He's gonna have to go to court. I believe there's a felony charge and there's a misdemeanor charge. So obviously, law enforcement did the investigation and seen there was enough to charge him, right? But it started off with this lady working for Stefon, being his personal chef. She's a live-in chef. She lives in his house or whatever. And the lady was basically going unpaid. Stefon was not paying this lady. The lady was texting Stefon. I believe she has text messages between the two asking for her money, right? Asking Stefon Diggs to pay her. Grimy nigga there. So in these text messages, Stefon Diggs is cursing this lady out, going in on her, telling her he ain't paying her shit. She went on to told him that she's about to quit. So he was like, basically in the text message, you think I'm gonna pay you and pay your new chef B? I don't give a fuck about you, bitch. You ain't gonna do shit. Woo, woo. So I believe the lady showed that, right? Then the lady claims she was in her room at Stefon Diggs' house that she lives in, and basically Stefon busting the door. He bust in the door, and an argument ensued. She was trying to leave, she said, and Stefon held her against the wall while choking her, right? She claims she couldn't breathe. She was about to pass out or whatever like that. And that's what happened. Stefon team is basically denying this. They're denying the situation. You know what I'm saying? Talking about it's a money grab. I don't know if it is. I would think that maybe it's not, right? Usually we see when these joints are trying to get some money, they usually do what? They usually sue. And what do people say? Why y'all sue? If something happened to you, we would think that you would go to where? The police, right? We would think you would go to the police and be like, yeah, something done happened to me, and I want charges filed against this person. This is what the chef did. The chef went, pressed charges against Stefon Diggs, and them folks basically charged him, right? I believe he had to turn himself in off an arrest warrant. Now, y'all know the playoffs is coming up, right? And the New England Patriots balling this year. Stefon Diggs is a part of that. I believe Stefon Diggs is a couple yards away to become the first New England Patriots since 2016 to have a 1,000-yard receiving season, right? Stefon Diggs been, balling as of late, right? I believe the Patriots are gonna basically be the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed, right? Patriots got a chance to go to the Super Bowl, right? And who knows if Stefon is gonna be playing. New England already made a statement. They're saying they support Stefon. They're saying they're going to look into the situation. Y'all already know how these teams do at first. At first, they say that, yeah, we support the person. And then these women movement, once Becky and them get the marching, once Becky and them get the protesting, next thing you know, a nigga done got suspended, right? So I don't know what's going to happen if they going to suspend Stefon Diggs. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we start hearing, yeah, Stefon Diggs done got suspended. Because they're saying, look, there's receipts with this, right? If this is true and it comes out this is true, Stefon is going to lose money. He's probably going to get suspended. And he's probably going to be suspended some games coming forward. And he might get released from the Patriots. So this guy is a crash dummy, man. This is who Cardi B left her husband for. First you got Stefon Diggs having these rumors of him out here being a whole booty bandit. The nigga try to take allegedly some light-skinned nigga booty. This is what the light-skinned nigga claims. Light-skinned nigga claims Stefon started sticking his tongue in his ear, paws, started trying to get with him or whatever. I believe there was another dude who also said the same shit. I believe it might be 2 grown-ass men talking about that boy Stefon Diggs is out there trying to be a booty snatcher, right? And then I believe the dude that claimed that Stefon Diggs tried to get with him, he got jumped. Stefon Diggs and his brothers allegedly jumped him or whatever. This is what I heard. So you had that going on.
Okay, you guys, so we got to talk about what's going on with Stefon Diggs right now because this situation is crazy. So news broke today that he's being charged with felony strangulation, assault, and battery. So this woman who goes by the name Mila Adams, she works for him. She's his personal chef. She started working for him back in July and was supposed to work throughout the whole football season. Back in early December, they were going back and forth over a text about some money. She said he owed her about a month's pay because he sent her home for a week in November when he had house guests, but didn't want to pay her for that week, even though she didn't ask for time.
Come in here, Ricardi, and you ain't seen his babies without us. Now, you got a situation where he's in the news. This is national news right now, right? See, when Stefon got with Cardi B, he got bigger than what he was. Sports fans knew who Stefon Diggs was, NFL fans and all of them. We knew who he was, but the large masses did not know who Stefon Diggs was. Stefon Diggs wasn't all in the blogs all the time. Stefon Diggs, these hoes, they know him like that. He wasn't on the shade room, all these different joints like that, the neighborhood talk. It wasn't until he got with Cardi B where he became even bigger, right? So by him getting with Cardi B, every little thing he was doing was publicized, was talked about, things like that. This is why this is a national story, right? And Cardi B is attached to this situation. You're attached to this situation because this woman's claiming, number one, they tried to pay her off, which was probably too late. Think about it. None of this would have happened if this man would have just been a real nigga, a fair-minded brother, and paid this woman if he owed her. Now, I don't know the details on the situation. You're rich. You got the money to pay this woman. You could have just paid this woman maybe it wouldn't have went down this way, right? Same thing with P. Diddy. P. Diddy probably wouldn't even be in prison if he would have paid Cassie the first time Cassie asked for that bread and made Cassie sign some papers where she wasn't going to bring this back up or anything like that. And he probably wouldn't even been locked up and wouldn't have lost half of his net worth, which was like 500 mil. But you had that going on where they was trying to pay the lady off now, and she was like, nah, whatever, I'm going to press charges. Took her statement or her whole situation to the police. They did their investigation. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they took pictures. If they took pictures and she went right after it happened, that's bad news for them, right? Y'all know you get to choking somebody, you leave a mark, they take them pictures. Because remember, they charged them with a felony. Now, like I said, the brother is saying this is false. So we're either going to have two situations. Either we're going to have, once again, these hoes lying on the nigga. And once again, these niggas crashing out behind some woman. I've been saying this for years. If you're not a criminal, your biggest downfall is going to be behind some bitch. We see it all the time. How many times have we seen one of these celebrity niggas crashing out behind some woman, being dumb with it? These are some dumb niggas, man. I'm sorry, they from my area. No, these dumb niggas. Nigga wifed up a bitch that was just with a rapper and got her pregnant right after. If there's one thing about the Diggs brothers, they love getting rappers' baby mamas pregnant. His little brother Stefon Diggs, I believe, got Future and Bow Wow's baby mama pregnant. Then now he crying about the situation. You got Stefon Diggs getting Offset's baby mama, Offset's wife / baby mama pregnant. You got Cardi B leaving one relationship to get to a worse relationship. Now you got people calling out Cardi B, right? Some of these joints are hypocrites. They had no problem supporting Cardi B when she was talking about drugging and robbing men. Y'all wasn't mad at her then. Y'all ain't called Cardi B out. Y'all was still singing along, wet ass, pussy face ass. Yeah, it didn't bother y'all at all. Y'all was still body ganging. Now you got some of the ladies like, oh, Cardi B, you out here trying to cover up a woman getting choked out. Woo. I mean, Cardi B is a thug joint from the Bronx, right? Ain't she gonna try to help her man get off? But Stefon, man, this guy, man, this guy is something else, man. I mean, everybody can't just be lying, my nigga. So everybody and their mama just be lying on this nigga. The first nigga that said he tried to snatch his booty, he just lying, he capping, they cloud chasing, they whatever, they doing that. The other nigga that said you did it, he lying too, he cloud chasing. That's what it be, niggas be cloud chasing. This woman's a chef. This ain't no stripper bitch Stefon was fucking with on the side. This ain't no OnlyFans model he was getting with and they was doing whatever they doing. This ain't no bitch that sell ass for $29.99. This ain't none of that. This is a lady who is a chef, who lives with Stefon Diggs, who cooks for him, and wasn't getting paid. Right? So hold up. Not only did you not allegedly pay this woman, you run up on her like she did something to you. Ain't nothing worse than somebody who attacks somebody when they in the wrong. Ain't nothing worse than them type of people. You dead ass wrong for not paying this woman, and you got the nerve to allegedly attack this woman in her room. I'm going by if it's true, right? If it's not, then that's messed up on her part. And I believe, like I've been saying, these women need to be getting held accountable for lying on people, right? Because like I said before in the past, men lie, women lie. The difference between men lying and women lying is women lie on people. Women lies affect people's lives. Men lie to boast themselves. You know when niggas, I was out there moving 20 bricks, you know what I'm saying? And police came in, kicked in the door and all that, man, can I hold $20? You know, niggas cap about some shit like that. Nigga, my bitches be bad. Nigga, I have all the bad bitches. You see the bitch, she booger wooger as a motherfucker. That's how men operate. Women, on the other hand, lie on people. He did this to me. He hurt me. He did this to me. This happened. Their lies usually affect other people. But if she's telling the truth, oh, use a sucker nigga, man. Gotta keep it a buck, man. All this wouldn't even be in the news if you would have just paid that woman what you owed her, right? But hey, we gonna see what happens with this whole situation, man. Once again, Cardi B and her man in the news, and also over there with hip hop going. Hey, that was Offset over there doing. That was Offset over there doing. Goddamn, I'm out.